Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? To return, here comes Marcus Sherrills. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Cousins on first down. Back down he goes. Nick Perry. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now a second down throw for Cousins. And right with it here over the middle. And he's brought down after a good gain. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Clinton Dix there for the stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down, Cook. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. An opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it, and now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield. Now a play fake here on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Anthony Barr in on the tackle. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Let's go, come on. Let's go, come on.
Rodgers now on first down. Looking deep for it. And this is caught. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. That one goes for 36 yards.
Hurry up.
They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Ty Montgomery, his second touchdown on the season. And the Packers have taken the early lead. And he'll bang that one through. Crosby on now to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker couldn't make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Cousins now on second down. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Jake Ryan in there to get him for a loss of a yard, and it'll bring up third down. Our first update now comes from Atlanta, and it's the Panthers there out to the early advantage. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. On third down, Cousins. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack. And that's what I'm seeing so far.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Rodgers to throw on second down. And he hits his target, the tight end Lewis.
Let's go, come on.
They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Anthony Barr coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
They go play action for Montgomery, and now Rodgers. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Here's Rodgers to throw. That's caught by Geronimo Allison. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Marcus Sherrill's back deep for Minnesota. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Going deep for Diggs. And that's caught inside the 35. Cousins finding Diggs on a big one, and even 60 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Trying to lob it in there, but it's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A give. This is Cook. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So 2 missed field goals for him now. That's helped keep them with a big 0 on the scoreboard.
Well, it's not the only reason they have a 0. The offense has been bogged down a few times now, but it's certainly not helping the cause any at all.
After the missed kick, they're in really good position. They'll begin this drive at the 39 now. Rodgers now on 1st down. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. Now Rodgers on the bootleg. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. To throw, it's Rodgers. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
A play fake to Montgomery. Now Rodgers. Open man is Allison, complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. Rodgers to Allison, good for a Green Bay first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better. The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Hurry up.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Following the interception, Cousins. Flushed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Let's go.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Out of his end zone, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Ryan Quigley now, standing just outside his own goal line. Take it at the 37. So all right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. Trevor Davis now to return. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Let's go, come on.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Partner, I think the easy thing now would be to just abandon the run and start throwing the football at all costs. But I've been in so many games where it doesn't work running the ball, and then something pops, and now you get something going. I'm not so sure that just abandon your game plan this early in the second half.
On second down, here's Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete.
We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
The Packers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 2 former All-Pros connecting. Rodgers fighting his tight end, Graham. Packer first down. On first down, Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. That's Adams. Touchdown, Packers. Devontae Adams, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half.
These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. Now he's flushed out right. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and all of a sudden here it's third down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain.
Cousins from the gun on third. And he's able to find Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They convert on third with a gain of 22. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Cousins now to throw on first down. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Let's go.
first and 10. Cousins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Cousins again. The left side caught by Diggs. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
The Vikings on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. To the air again, it's Cousins. Open man is Thielen, is complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 44. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Wide open receiver, complete. And a loose football. And this belongs to the Vikings. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Cousins now after the fumble recovery. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. Cousins now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A huge play there, Cousins to his tight end Rudolph. 47 yards.
Let's go, let's go.
Back now at Lambeau. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. They'll try to run it in with Murray. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Packers on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is third down and 12. They go play action for Montgomery, and now Rodgers. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Sheldon Richardson with a big-time sack on third down, and it'll be a loss of 7. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And now out comes Minnesota. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Now a play fake here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Nick Perry in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They go play action. Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And this is going to be Packer football. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away. Tuck it away because you've got to take care of the ball.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Ty Montgomery, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Crosby on now to kick it away. Here comes Sherrills. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And complete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Cousins now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. First down. Here's Cousins. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Rodgers going to give this one to Montgomery. And some space here. Touchdown, Packers. Ty Montgomery. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. Crosby with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Crosby on now to kick it away. Here comes Sherrills. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And that one results in 35 yards. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. A first down throw for Cousins. He's going to let it fly. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kendall Wright, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. On second down, Montgomery. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. The Packers on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Adams. Another timeout called by the Vikings now, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he's on to punt for Green Bay. And now out comes Minnesota. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
Let's go. Hey, Clifford.
They'll look to throw. And Diggs has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. Now they've got to signal that field goal unit, and they have to sprint out there in a hurry.
And this is always difficult on the snapper because his heart rate is way up there. He's got to calm himself enough to make an accurate snap.
And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. And now time for one final play that has to be obviously in the end zone.
Can't wait to see what they call, but you want to get it to your best player. Sometimes you have to do it by formation. Move everyone to one side, and maybe he gets a one-on-one isolated on the backside.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. One last shot now for Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they